Hi all of you. Is my sound is audible?
Yes, audible.
Okay. So in the last class we checked about the conflict everything. Okay. And we have to start with the word called stashing. Anything you have to ask from previous topic? Anybody?
Yeah, I have one question, sir.
Hmm.
Actually, we are connecting to the Mumbai instance and the US instance, right? To upload
Yes.
and commit the files. Okay, how do we, change the instance actually? For example, US client employee don't want to do that. So if manager wants to d- get it done by a different person, how do we need to delete that instance or
No. See, instance is just like a laptop. Okay. It is not like Mumbai or something. Okay. I just shown you a scenario here that two different employees having two different laptop, how they will be communicating from a
yeah,
single repository. Okay. Now
yeah,
a third person is going to come. So again, he will do the exactly same process. Nah? He will also create a directory. He will do the git init. Again, he will git pull the code from that particular repository, like that US employee done in the starting, right? And once all the code he will get it, then again he will follow the same process.
okay. I mean, like, do we need to delete the users? Like, whenever we initiate the instance, actually, it will ask for, we'll add the user ID and the password, right? So,
Yeah, so see that I understood. You are
mhm,
asking for this one, right? Like US employee is committing, then we get the message as US employee committed, right? Like that
correct.
way you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, so whenever we do the git config, right? So third person is going to definitely come from their own third laptop.
Okay.
Is that making sense? So
Yeah,
he
that.
will do the config. So he will be doing it with the all his name itself, right? He will be doing the command git config hyphen global user dot name, and there he will be writing the employee three like that way.
Yeah. No need to delete the existing one. Just the whoever
Existing one
wants
is
to
with
do it.
the no. See, existing one is with the US employee laptop
Yeah.
now. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so if he left the company or something, so what we can do is we can just block his access to this Git repo. Currently, we have a public repo, right? So
Yeah.
anybody can pull
Okay.
and push the code. If we have the private repo, we know that which person can commit and which person don't have to commit, right? Like if I will give, like see, currently anybody can commit it, okay? But if
Yeah.
I'll make it as a private repository, then the only email or the only GitHub account I will give the person, that only person can add it here. Okay, that is the thing. Okay. See, there is two things now, public repository and private repository. Making sense?
Yeah, in real-time scenario also we do the same thing like the token.
Are you
Every time
saying
we delete
something?
from the yeah. No, right?
Your sound is coming very less actually.
Yeah. How about now?
Yeah, good. Yeah, you were saying something? You can say again.
Is it good now?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I'm able to hear you. You can say.
Okay. Sorry. Is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, in real-time scenario, actually, do we generate the GitHub tokens every time, and then we do the push?
No, it is, see, token is basically, yes, you have to generate. Okay.
Okay.
So a manager is going to generate on your behalf or you will be having the account. So see,
Okay.
actually what happens in the real world scenario now, there will
Mm-hmm.
be a GitHub account belongs to the company. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that company is going to create a repository, right?
Yeah.
And inside that, the person who is having, like, take an example, you are working with XYZ company, right? So your GitHub
Mm.
account will be also created from that particular XYZ company email only. Okay. So
Okay.
they will give you the allow permission to that particular repository that this person can work on that. Okay. Like, take
Okay.
an example.
Mm-hmm.
If I am creating a repository, okay,
Mm-hmm.
like this new repository. So here only we have the option to create public or private. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
in the private, we have the power who can see and who can commit. So if you are
Mm-hmm.
selecting the private, okay, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
writing here cloud,
Mm-hmm.
something like this. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's it. I'm going to click on create repository.
Mm-hmm.
So we created a private repository. Now what is going to happen is in this repository, nobody from the outer world can come in. Okay, that is
Oh,
the first thing. Okay. And even
okay.
if somebody is going to come my account, okay, like take an
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
example, I'm going from the
Yeah.
GitHub DevOps. Hero. Like if somebody will search like this, so this is my username. Okay, where is the, it is not coming.
Yeah, it is there. Right?
No, I don't think
I
so.
saw.
Okay, wait, let me do one thing. I'm coming here. DevOps Hero is the only username. Okay, let me just copy up to here. Okay, so I'm coming here and I'm going to this from different browser. So see, I'm not signed in, right? But I'm able to see all the repository because these all are the public repository. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I am not able to see that private repository now because that is not access given to anybody from the outer world. Okay. But even this is a public repository or something, right? This is a public repository that we created. Anybody can see, okay, by coming to this account. Okay.
Yeah.
But you will be not able to commit anything here because you don't have the permission to do, right? If you want to commit or something, either I am the owner, then only I can commit. Who can generate the token? I am only able to generate the token. Is that making
Mm-hmm.
sense? Okay.
Yes.
So I can only upload the code here. But coming
Okay.
to the private repository, what can happen is this is a private repository. Okay. So here also the process will be same only git init, git post, everything, whatever you are doing. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And once this repository is done, so let me just give you add collaborators here. It is there, right? So
Oh,
click on invite, okay? And here I can give the username of the persons. Like if I'm giving some person's username, add people, okay? If I'll
okay.
search for username, like anybody can tell your username something.
SUJMAN.
Can you just type it in chat?
Yeah. My username is SUJMAN.
Yeah, just type it in chat.
Oh,
I'll just copy it. Yeah.
in the chat.
Okay, this is your username.
Yeah.
Okay. This one or which
Yeah.
one? This one.
First one. Yeah.
Okay. So like this way, if I'll do the add this one, okay. So now you will get a message here. See,
Mm-hmm.
you got a email or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Once you are
Uh,
going to accept the invite, then you'll be able to see it. Currently, it is saying as pending invite.
so
Okay.
where do you see the email in my
Uh,
account?
yeah, you'll be you seeing the email in your account now, where on which email you created that. There you'll be getting a message,
Oh, okay. 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 So
right?
in my Yahoo. Okay. Not in the Git account, right?
No, no, it is will be in your email now associated to your
Okay.
account.
Okay. Okay. I will check that email just to have the information. But yeah, I got the invite. Correct.
Yeah. So now
Okay.
if you'll accept it, let's accept.
Yeah, I
Accept it.
did. Yeah.
Now see, you are the collaborator. Okay. So now
Okay.
you can see the data, everything. Okay. And I can control like who, what
Mm,
access you can get, what type of the access you will not able to get it, right? These all things I can come here and I can manage it. And even we can see, able to see you, what are the repository you created. This is a public repo. That's why I'm able to see you, right?
yeah.
So like this way, you can collaborate to now this particular repo because you have the access.
Okay.
Getting it? So
Yes.
now
Yes.
you can generate a token from your side, and if I'm giving you the permission that you will be able to commit everything, okay, then
Uh-huh.
they will be able to do.
Okay.
Okay, and here we have the permission where we can manage what are the people can do, okay, in this repository, if they can upload the code. These all are the different settings again.
Yeah.
Okay, so that we
Yeah.
can do.
Yeah.
And even if I want to transfer the ownership to some other people, like I want that this repository owner you want to become, right? So I can
Yeah.
transfer that also like that way. So there are so many things we can do.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so let's come to the stashing part now. So I connected to the GitHub machines. Okay, so first I'm becoming the root user. I'm going inside the Mumbai Git directory. Okay, if I'll do the Git status, I think everything is up to date. There is no problem. Even if I'll check git log --- one line. Okay, everything looks fine up to here. Okay, let's clear this all. Now what we are going to do is we are going to see the stashing. Okay, so what is the use case of the stashing? Okay, so that can be a question in your mind, right? So let me just show you. So first thing you have to understand, stashing is going to work only the file which is committed. Okay, is this making sense to all of you? If I am
Yes.
saying that stashing is a command which can work only on the file which is committed, that means if I am going to create a new file that is still present in the working space, okay, so stashing is not going to work on that. Okay, stashing will work if the file is already committed, like this all file. Okay, now the benefit of the stashing is, take an example, Mumbai file 1 is already committed, right? So I'm going inside this Mumbai file 1. We are seeing already 5 lines of codes are there, well and good, okay? Now my manager asked me that can you add some extra feature inside this Mumbai branch 1 file like this, okay? Mumbai file 1. So I started to write the code, okay? I started to write the code and like I'm writing code 1, my, just give me a second, my code 1, my code 2, 3, 4,
Mm.
code 4, code 5. Okay, so basically 5 line of code currently I written. Okay, but my goal was to write around 10 to 15 lines of code. So currently this code is not completed. Okay, now in between this only I am writing the code and I am testing it. My manager is asking me that there is some changes we have to do. Okay, maybe in another file or maybe in this file only they have to do some changes. Okay, there is some bug came on the priority basis. So now the question is, I written this 5 line of code. Will I delete this to do all other work or what I should do? If I'll keep this thing, so again, I cannot commit anything because this change code is not correct, right? So if this code is going to upload to the GitHub again, it is going to create the problem. Is this making sense to all of you scenarios? That we written some piece of code that is not completed. So if this code is not completed, that means we cannot commit it. Okay. Second thing, if I want to do some other changes in another file or in this file itself, so first I have to remove this code, right? Because whatever the extra things I done, I have to remove it. Then only I can fix the previous bug. Is this making sense?
Yes.
So now what we can do is let's save this file. So if I'll save this file and if I'll do the git status, git will definitely say that somebody modified the Mumbai file 1. That means you have to add it, you have to commit it. But I'm not ready to commit this file because this is not completed. Okay. So for that, git say that if you are have to do some other work and your code is not completed and you want to save this code somewhere for temporary time. So I can simply say git, can you stash whatever the changes I done? Git stash, that's it. What happened? If I'll do git status, nothing. This modified file is gone. Whatever the changes I done in the Mumbai file 1, that is gone. Where it gone? If I'll do here cat Mumbai file 1, you will be not able to see all this line code 1, line code 2 like that way. My code 1, my code 2, whatever I written. That is not there. Okay. Now, if everything is clear, then again it's become as it is as previous it was. Now my manager is asking me to upload some code. Okay. So again in the Mumbai file one only, he was asking to do some changes. Take an example. Okay. He was saying that this T should be capital. This T should be capital. This mine should be capital. And this code should be capital. Something like this. He said me to do some changes here. So I done updated this in the Mumbai file one itself. Okay. I will save this file. Now after updating, fixing these bugs, what I done, I will do the git add, or you can do the changes in another file also. It is not like you can do only the changes in Mumbai file one. Whatever the changes you want to do in whichever file, do it. Okay. After doing all the changes, just do the git status. Again, do the git add, git commit -m, and give the message like bug fixed, like whatever the manager asked us to do this work on the priority basis. So I done that work priority basis, and I done the git push also. Username, password. Okay, and since we pushed it, now you'll see in the Mumbai file one, if I'm going to refresh this page. So you see that all the things become capital now. Okay, that means we fixed the bug. Okay. Now the question is, we fixed this bug. Okay. Now what to do? We already done some changes, right? We are already working on one more extra feature for the Mumbai file one. And for that, we already written the 5 line of code also. Okay. Now, will I write the code, that particular 5 line of code again? Okay. In this file? No. You have to simply say get. You remember I done some stats previously. Can you list that stats, how many stats thing you stored? So stats is just like a temporary storage. Okay, temporary storage. That means you want to do something. Currently you don't require, you saved it in some different directory. Okay. Again, your work is done. Again, you are taking that code from that particular directory and again you are backing it up here. Okay. So they are saying when you done the stats, I created a stats at the rate 0 index. Okay. So now if I'll say that git, do one thing, okay, git, you have to do the stash apply. So you have to simply write git stash apply like this, git stash apply, and then whatever the symbol it is written here. In my case, here you are seeing stash at the rate 0. I will just copy this and I will say git. What you have to do is whatever the changes you saved, stash at the rate 0. So can you just apply it again back? I press enter. And see, again, they are saying your Mumbai file one is modified. Okay. And the benefit of this is previously in the Mumbai file one, these things I added. Seeing this?
Yeah.
This is coming from the stats changes, right? And they are saying previously when you done the changes, na, that time the file was looking like this. Like when I was writing this code, you remember the code was like this. This three thing was a small letter. Okay. But they are saying somebody updated this when you are doing in the stats storage, somebody updated that and they make this as a capital also. Making sense?
Yeah.
So we are having the control of everything now.
So
Now, if
these
I
two files got merged?
No,
That
it is not got merged. Like whatever the changes we done previously,
uh-huh.
right? And that we did
Yeah.
not save it and we move it to the test. That got come back, right? Because this was the condition which we were working on previously, right?
Yeah.
Now, and this was the changes that we done in the last commit because my manager asked me to do some fix some bugs, right?
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
again we can take the decision that whether this is correct or this is correct. So definitely this will be correct now, right? So what I
Yeah.
can do is I can delete that particular thing, previous one, and we can keep all my previous code like this. I can just delete all these things. Uh, Code to line, let it be there like this, and delete this updated upstream, and let's remove this test, something like this. So again, I will save this file. Okay, and if I'll do the git status, so again they are saying file modified. Do git add, git commit -m, and give the message that Mumbai file one feature added. That's it. So commit is done, and once the commit is done, you can push the code. Okay, like this. Okay, and it is pushed. Now, once my work is done, right? Once my work is done of the stash, right? So now we don't require that stash. Okay. So if I'll do the git stash list, we don't require this. So you can simply come here and you can say git stash clear. They will clear that memory. Now if you list it, nothing is there. Okay. Again, sometimes take an example. Let me show you from the different perspective file now. Okay. So I am again doing some changes in the new file. Okay. I'm doing some changes in the new file. Okay, and here this two line is there. Okay, and inside this file itself I want to start some write. Okay, code 1, code 2. So like this way I written 3 lines here. Okay, I simply save this file, but I don't want to save it currently. I have to do some other work. Again, I will do the git stash. So whatever the changes I done here inside this new file, that is removed. Okay, now if what I want to do is let me do some changes in the new code file. Okay, so I'm going inside this new code file. My manager asked me that do complete this work first. Okay, so that's why I'm started to write here. This is changes. Save this file. Do the git add. I'm going to do the git add. I will do the git commit -m and give the message code fixed, something like this. So once you've done this, now again I will come back to my previous work. Okay, what was my previous work? My previous work was I started to write something in the new file, right? That I want to get it back. So again I will do the same thing, git stash list. So they will say this was the changes you saved at this. So I will just copy this. I will say get, can you stash, apply this one. That's it. And see, new file is again came back. Now if we'll try to read it, get new file. So see, that code came back. Again, I will try to edit, and this time there is no previous changes we done here, right? So that's why there is nothing coming. Whatever the steps you forward, now you can just write it here like this code 5, code 6, like this way. You can complete your code. Okay, save this. Again, if you'll do the git stash, what is going to happen? One more time stash happened, right? So again, it's become the empty. Again, there is nothing there. Again nothing is there. Okay, but now if we try to do the git stash list, actually there is two list is there, 0 and 1. Okay, now you know one thing, this is, if you I will do git stash apply stash at the rate 1, how many line is going to come? It will come up to 3 lines only. Okay, because this is the first stash. Second, whatever the latest stash you done, that is going to always be present at the 0th index only. If you want to get all the 5 lines of the code that you written, then apply stash at the rate 0. If you want to just get back only the 3 line of the code, apply stash at the rate 1. Making sense?
Oh, the first one will have the
Latest one.
whatever. Oh, okay.
So if I'll do the git stash, apply the latest one, so we'll see that cat new file is going to come back with the all the codes, latest one. Okay, once your work is done, now you don't want to further edit it. Again, you will do the exactly same thing. Git add, git commit -m extra feature added like this, and that's it. Once you've done this all work, you can simply say git I want to clear all this stats clear, like this. Everything will be cleared. Okay, so this is the working of the stats to store some data in the temporary storage. Okay, for some time. Now, there is two more commands that we are going to see. One is the reset and one is the revert. Okay, so what is the reset and revert? So to understand this, let me first push all the changes whatever we done till now. So everything will be clear. Okay, so we done all the changes. Everything is pushed now. Now sometimes what happens now? You are creating a file here. Take an example. Okay, currently we are creating a file with the name called test file. Okay, inside this file I'm writing some content, something like this. Okay, Now, currently this file is present at which location? It is present in the working space. Make sense? Okay. So if I want to do some changes in the file, we can do it in the working space only, right? Now, if I will add this file in the staging area, like I done the command called git add dot. Now what happened? This file moved to the staging area. Can I do the changes in this file now? No, I cannot do the changes because this file is in the staging area. Okay, so after staging area, we can only commit it. But now I got something like, okay, whatever the things I written in the test file, that is incorrect. I have to add one or two more lines there, right? That can be the condition. Okay, so in that case, whatever the file you moved from the working space to the staging area, I want to move it back from staging area to the working space. Making sense? I want to move this file from green color to red color. That is my final goal basically again. Okay, so I will simply say git, can you reset whatever the changes you done? Git reset dot, that's it. If I'll do git status, again it's becoming the red color. That means again this file came in the working space. So reset command can help you to move your file back, okay, from the staging area to the working space. Make sense?
So if there are more than one file, actually it's going to reset all of them?
Yeah, whatever the files are present in the staging area, they will move it back in
Working area.
working space. Okay, if you are using the dot symbol. If you are just giving git reset and file name, then they are going to move back only that particular file only.
Okay.
Currently I given dot, right? Dot means add
Just,
everything,
yeah,
right?
just
So,
like that.
so like that only. So if you do git reset only file name, so they are only going to revert that only particular file. Now, once we got the file back, now again, whatever the changes I want to do, I can come here and I can do the changes. Okay. So take an example, this two line only is there and I am adding one more line. So like this, 3 line of the code I written currently. Okay. And I saved this file and I done the git add and now I committed the code also. I committed the code also with the name called test file added. And now let me just push it also. It was so now what we done basically, we created a file with the name called test file. Okay. And we created a file with the name called test file. And this is a test file code. We written all these things. Okay. Now, currently I shown you if you move the file to the staging area, then you can do the changes. Again, you can get it back to the working space, right? Now the question is, if the file is committed, then what we can do? Okay. So take an example, situation will be something like this. If somebody open the test file, okay, this code is already completed. Up to here, all this code is correct. Okay, just remember that in this test file, whatever the things I written here, everything is correct. All the 3 lines are correct. Okay. Now what is happening is one developer started to write the code here. Okay, and he started to write some code here. I'm just purposely writing wrong code one, wrong code two. Okay. But in the real world scenarios, you know that you will be writing the code and you will be not understanding that whether it is right or wrong until and unless it is not going to break. Okay, so I'm just added. Okay, and what he done is he added some wrong code. Okay, and without doing the proper testing everything, or maybe we did not able to find that this code have some difficulty or something, we just added this file. That means it's moved to the staging area and we committed it also with the message called test file updated with changes, something like this, and we pushed this code also. That also we done. Now the question is, if we done the changes, okay, password. So currently what happened is we done the changes and we added only 3 lines here. We added extra 3 to 4 lines. That is wrong. Making sense? Okay. So if somebody will say you that you have some bugs in this, then how you can remove it? So somebody can tell me that I will edit this file and I will delete this 4 line. Okay. And I will save this and I will commit this again and problem will fix. Right? That is the normal thing you will be saying. Yes or no? If somebody is going to say you have to fix this code. So what you will be doing? You will be deleting this 4 line. You will be committing this code again. So your problem will be fixed. Yes or no? all of you?
Yes.
Now just think this is the 1000 line or 10,000 lines of the file, and you did not just added the extra line. There can be a situation you just remove this reset, and in place of reset you written something different. In place of this code you written something different, right? Maybe you done 200 300 changes like that also. Then is it feasible to delete it manually everything one by one? No, right? Because we'll be not able to understand what was the previous thing, whatever the new thing I done, where to revert, what are the things. So for that case, Git say that there is an option called revert. Okay, if you committed the code, you push the code like that. So now it is not like you can delete it or something. Okay, but there is a thing called revert. What is the revert? So if I'll show you here, Git, can you show me the log of hyphen one line? So you know what happened? Basically, this is the location where we updated the change. This is the last commit where we updated the change. Yes or no? 33977. If you'll see also 33977 is the one commit in which we added the wrong code. Okay. So we know that whatever the changes I done during this commit, this is totally wrong. And up to here, all the things was correct. Making sense? Like when I done the last commit E0ED, if you check in the history section of this, if I'll go in the history. So up to this commit, E0ED, right? Everything was correct. This three line was totally correct, right? Whatever the changes we done during this commit, that is having the issue. Okay. So I can simply say that git do one thing. Git do one thing. Can you revert? Can you revert all the changes you done during this commit ID? I'm just copying this and I will paste this. Whatever the commit ID you done wrong, right? Just paste it. Git, can you revert the change? Press enter. Now they are saying you are going to revert this file. Do you want to add some extra message or something? So inside this message, I'm just adding, please ignore last commit. Something like this, I'm just giving the message. Okay. And I am simply saving this file. Now you know what happened. They done the change and they deleted the 5 deletion here. Automatically they done that. What is the meaning here? If you'll do the cat test file, you'll see all the wrong code is gone now. Gone? Yes or no? All the wrong code. And
Yes.
since all the wrong code is gone, now you can simply do again git add, git commit, -m and give the message test file is fixed. Actually, we don't have to do actually because git status, if I'll do nothing will happen. Yes. See, git add is we don't require even. Okay, what happened is basically they already done a new commit. If we do the git log -one line. Okay. So see, previously this was the commit. This was the wrong commit. Yes or no? Okay, this was our wrong commit. Okay. Now automatically then they done one more commit with this name. Okay, and in this commit they are saying that we reverted this. Whatever the changes you done during this commit, that I reverted back. That means whatever the changes you done at this stage, that will be exactly replicated at this commit. Making sense? We just bypassing this. Yes or no?
Yes.
So after doing this change, simply do the git push. You don't have to do the git add git commit because they already committed it. Git push, give the username and give the password. And the benefit is as soon as I'm going to push it, previously there was wrong code was visible here. Okay, but now if you'll go in this repository and you are going to see in the test file, see that wrong code is gone. But if I'll check in the history, so there is actually 3 commits happened. Okay. So if somebody is going from the history and they are clicking on this, so they will see that, okay, somebody deleted this all changes here because these all were the wrong. Okay. And they given the message also that revert test file updated with changes. Please ignore the last commit. That means they are saying us to ignore the last commit. This was the last commit. So they are saying to the ignore. So see, okay, we are able to see that this was the wrong code added and that we ignored it. So whenever git revert can help you to do the changes, if you done something wrong, you committed, they can help you to do again everything to go back in the previous state. Okay. But if you are thinking that I will be able to delete the history from here, that cannot be possible. Okay. That's why people always explain the git revert with a example called like bullet is fired from the gun. Okay, if the bullet is fired from the gun, then you cannot get it back, right? The best thing what you can do is if the bullet got hit to some a particular person or something, right? Then what you can do is you can take that person to some hospital. Okay, but that doesn't mean your crime is got neglected. Your police is not going to file an FIR or something like that. Okay, that means manager, everybody is going to see that you done some changes wrong and that you committed also. So people will be able to see. But whatever the consequence you are going to basically happen, okay, that is now not going to happen because this thing, whatever you are seeing at this stage, this is exactly the replica of this one. So that's the benefit of the revert. Okay,
But
but in the
mostly
history. Hmm.
at these stages, developer is the one doing all these things, right?
Yeah, you will be
Not
doing
the.
everything, commit everything. But see now, like when you commit it, right? So you have to revert it. So that's why there, whenever we see there
Mhm.
will be definitely
Yeah,
so
yeah.
many commit will be there, right? So
So
that's
tell
why
me.
when we are writing this message, this all message should be clear. So people should understand why we done this commit, what was wrong with this commit, right? So we should specify all these things here. So people will be able to understand. Okay. And Git was meant only for this purpose only, that whether we are doing right or whether we are doing wrong, you have to store all the version. And that's why they are storing all the versions here. Right? These all are basically the different versions of our application in which we add a different file with different changes we done like that. Is it fine?
Yes.
Okay, now there is one command called git clone, I think. Git revert I done. Git clone. So git clone can help you. Let me go outside from this repository. Okay, so till now what was happening was we were manually creating a directory. Okay, then we were going inside the directory, then we done the git init command. Okay, and then we started to create file, then we done the git push origin master, git push everything. Okay, but now in the real world, mostly what happens now when you join a company, it is not like the first time they are creating the repository. Repository will be already created. Okay, already 10 to 15 files, 100 files will be already present, right? So they will say that this is the repository URL like this. They will give you this repository URL. So you can simply say here, git, can you clone this repository here? That's it. If you press enter now, what they are going to do is they will automatically create a directory with the exactly same name of your repository. Let's go inside this directory. And here you are seeing all the files, everything. So again, it is the exactly same git log, git log hyphen one line, whatever the things you want to do, you want to do some changes here, you can do git add, git commit, everything you can do it from here. Okay, just whatever the commands you are writing, git init, everything you don't have to worry about. Everything is configured here since you've done the git clone. Okay, everything will be cloned and you can clone anyone's repository which are public in the world. Okay, it will be private repository and then you'll try to git clone, then they are going to ask you for the password token, everything, then only you'll be able to clone. Fine.
Yes.
Git clone is help us to clone any repository to our local account. After this clone, there is one more thing you have to just understand. Anybody know about fork? Have you heard about fork?
What is the branch?
No, fork is a basically a thing here. Like, see, if you'll see, this is my repository. Take an example. We were working on why that repository is going. Okay, we are working on this repository. In this repository, there is an option here. You are seeing fork, this one, and they are saying cannot fork because you are the on this repository, right? I am owning this repository, so I cannot fork this. Okay, fork can be helpful in this scenario. Take an example. I am going to the Google, okay, and I am searching something. Something like this we search in the Google, right? Python basics. Just give me a second. Okay, so I was saying like you are coming to some GitHub repository, right? Like this, take an example. Take an example, we came to this Python examples, okay? And we are seeing here so many repositories here, right? So now we liked one of the repository. Take an example, we like, let's see some basic one. Okay, take an example, I'm clicking on this, okay? So if I'm coming here, so he created so many things, right? He created all the directory, everything. Okay, actually this is so big. Wait, let me just check some smaller one. Python for beginners, learning Python. Okay, so take an example, we saw this project, right? Well and good. Now inside this project belongs to whom? Some another person. Making sense? Who created this public repository? If I want to do some changes to test it or something, right? I cannot come here and I cannot edit this file. I don't have the permission to edit it. See, if I try to edit this, they are saying fork this repository, then only you can edit this file. Making sense? Fork this repository. If I click on edit option, it is not going to work. Edit is just like a fork is basically just like you are creating a copy of this repository in your personal account. Because since this repository is publicly available, right? So anybody can copy this exactly, right? So what you will be doing is you will be simply clicking on fork. As soon as you are doing fork in your account, this repository will be created. Click on create fork. And whatever the code is done, now see, it is saying this learning Python, right? This is now my repository, okay? And that is from this account. So whatever the code he was writing, everything was available here. But here the benefit is I can now edit the file also. I can come here if I want to edit some file, I can write it here and I can edit this code. So fork is basically you are forking the repository or creating the copy of the repository of another person to your personal account. Making sense?
Yes.
So just try to complete this Git practical, okay? And over next weekend, we'll be starting with the AWS law, okay? So over this weekend, try to practice it, Git and all the previous topics, be comfortable in it, okay? And we'll be starting with the AWS. Fine? Anybody want to ask anything or something? No?
I'm still in the practice, so maybe
Okay.
during my next class, if I have any questions, I will ask you.
Okay then. Thanks all of you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.